What up, what up? Zach Bradshaw, long-winded guy. Back to dude stares at charts and wife beater because, morning workout and stuff. But this video is a little bit different than some of the other ones because I want to talk about the way that cryptocurrencies, the kind of interplay that they have, and just how you can potentially play these different situations. So last night, somewhat on a whim, mostly just because I saw like these thousand green crows, or I'm not sure what they're called, but it's like three green crows or something like that. Three crows. These green candles made my trigger finger itchy because just the way that it looked extremely constructive here. So I started to buy in here, probably in one of these two candles, and then once I was sitting here looking at the breakout, I decided to switch my chart over here to Ethereum, and I noticed that it was doing something. It was somewhere in here, um, which meant that it was reapproaching this high quicker than Bitcoin. So, oops. This high you see here is a couple days after Bitcoin's high, on like the 10th or 11th. Bitcoin's high was on like the 8th or 9th. But Bitcoin is still playing out this large range that you've seen in my last several videos, while Ethereum has gone back up and broken above that. And so once I saw that this was approaching is when I bought somewhere on this candle. Was my first one, probably like, I think it was like 1280. Well, actually, we can just look. Yeah, 1286, and then I bought again at 330, 1,330, with a larger stack, right? So I bought like twice as much, a little bit higher, just because it was a breakout trade. And it's still not the full breakout, and I'm really layering in a position for further breakout, but on this one already, just because I knew it, or I don't want to say I knew it was. I suspected it was, or I thought it was. That's why I bought this. I'm not Miss Cleo. Um, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't just do my trades. Learn what the heck I'm talking about if you want to do this, or make videos about it so that you can teach yourself, similar to what I'm doing. So on the long term, this is now broken or approached its former all-time high, which it's doing it much later than Bitcoin. But this is part of why I am putting my money into this now, as opposed to any other time, because I wasn't sure it was going to break it. Now I'm still not totally sure I was going to break that's going to break it. Once it did this, I was really just sure that we're going to make it up to 1400. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen after that. But I will probably add more to my position above this, especially with the close on a daily or something like that. If the daily candle today closes above like 1450, I'll probably buy in sometime tomorrow, hopefully on a test back down here. But if it gets above this and has an actual daily close, better yet a weekly close or something like that, but it's only Tuesday, then I would expect another blue sky breakout. What did Bitcoin do once it broke those all-time highs? It proceeded to rip 109% in the course of how many weeks? These are days. Let's look at these weeks. So once it broke 20,000, Bitcoin decided to double in about 5 weeks. 1, 2, 3. Well, it doubled on this candle. These are still the correction. So this one would be the high. Once it broke 20K, 4 candles to double. I'm not sure that Ethereum's going to do that, but it might be even more dramatic because it's a lower number, and so may be able to be pushed further. Now the supply is higher. The dynamics of the coin are different than Bitcoin. So it's like if Ethereum gets to this price on Bitcoin and they're even, then Ethereum will be bigger than Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken, because there's a larger number of coins. Now, from here, there's part of me that wants to take a little bit of profit on this because this was a little 10% trade. I put it in last night, woke up to 10% more in my account, and I could use that. Sorry about that. I could use that to sell get a little bit back into cash and potentially buy what I was seeing over here in Bitcoin, which does look like it bodes well. I'm really liking the way that this is shaping up. It's looking like it's gearing up for another algorithmic parabolic pop that it tends to do. And so that is part of what made me buy last night, but then also this area right here where you see that these curves are getting more dramatic. But also it's also the same thing that made me go and take a look at Ethereum, because this is telling me that this is going to go up. Ethereum is close to its all-time high already, and once it breaks it, I think that it's going to probably grow faster than Bitcoin for a couple of weeks maybe, but it's also going to carry Bitcoin up. So I still want more Bitcoin, right? I want like 1,000 Bitcoin. So Ethereum, I'm kind of just trading it to make money. I will probably take a little piece of whatever I have in this trade and send it to a cold wallet, so this in like storage or whatever, and not in my trading account. However, I do believe that as Bitcoin starts to approach this, Ethereum will break out above that all-time high and rip, or as Ethereum breaks this all-time high officially, especially on the daily close, or I mean, there's probably some lower term time frames that'll work too, but on a daily close, I would expect this to rip and then carry Bitcoin upwards, which could be what's starting to happen now. That all of this forming in here is because Ethereum is looking like it's ready for its blue sky breakout. Now, I'm not sure how that bodes for all of the other cryptocurrencies like Litecoin or Link or anything like that. I did take a look at Link last night as well. It looked like the trade was too risky, basically, for me to put any into that. I was considering putting a little bit of Ethereum, a little bit into Chainlink, because Chainlink has been the best chart in crypto for a while until very recently. I mean, it was better than Bitcoin until recently. Probably from like March to November, it was better than Bitcoin, but probably not a better project, probably not safer with your money in the long term, but it was a good trade, or there were good trades to be had. Now it's a little bit too it's a little bit too dramatic for me, and it's not the leader, so I can't look at all these charts all the time. And I mean, maybe I can, but I'm not going to look at all these charts all the time. So I don't feel as comfortable trading in Chainlink when it could be dependent on larger players like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm like, ooh, this Chainlink chart looks real nice. And then Bitcoin decides to do its pullback. Litecoin's going to eat shit. So that's it for this one. Another long-winded guide video going through, really kind of mapping some of my trades. It's not really about my trades. It's more about the logic behind them and why I'm getting into certain positions. In this case, is this blue sky breakout. It could be that I will learn something new, that double tops are a real thing, something I don't really believe in. But maybe this does get rejected and come all the way down to 600, and then I'll take a 50% loss on the part of my account that I put into Ethereum. Now, there's probably 20% as much. I probably have 20% in this account as much Ethereum as I do Bitcoin. I have way more Bitcoin in my storage accounts, but I'm still not putting a lot onto Ethereum for the course of this trade. Again, I said if we get a higher close here, I may add some more to my position there. But I'm a Bitcoin trader and I don't want to get too convoluted. This is when I started out decent in crypto, and then when I started losing money is when I wanted to trade like 20 coins at a time. Had just like alerts like this all over my charts. My phone was going crazy, could not keep up with it. And I also didn't have enough money on the line. If I had more money in it, then maybe it would have been worth it to spend the time slinging those. But it's way simpler just to trade one thing, maybe two things. I have a stock market portfolio as well, but in certain situations, the interplay, and which is what this blog post is going to be named that goes with this video, the interplay is important. And you see this a lot in stocks. I learned it from watching the chart guys, and to a degree, Crown covers this in crypto, and other crypto traders cover this in crypto, Tone Vays, the Bitcoin dominance. But the chart guys really helped me see how a change in the overall stock market affects finance, affects gold, affects healthcare industry, affects the marijuana industry. And he basically showed that, well, if you want to make the money, then you trade in the marijuana stocks because the percentage moves will be higher. But then you watch the S&P 500 for when its when it's going up, the marijuana stocks are going to go up. When it's going down, the marijuana stocks are going to go down. And either one of those will be more dramatic than the actual, the big boy S&P 500. So I'm applying that to Bitcoin and then also looking for really easy, simple trade setups like a blue sky breakout. It's not really a trade setup because I don't have any idea where the target might be, but I'm expecting to hold this for a couple of weeks to see where it ends up and wants to pull back. I do not think I'll end up selling at the very next tippy top. I'll probably end up selling somewhere after that, but I'm expecting a nice fat run up beforehand. And I'll be curious now that I am trading these two coins right now. Certainly 2 years more experience than I was when I was trading 1,000 altcoins at once. And I'll be very curious to see how this plays out, how high Ethereum goes before Bitcoin pops all the way up to its all-time or to its most recent high and then breaks out. How once Bitcoin breaks out, what will happen to Ethereum from there? Does that add more fuel to the fire, or will it be that Ethereum is just dragging Bitcoin up? I doubt that is going to happen, but it does look like Bitcoin doesn't just want to scream up right now. I mean, maybe over the course of today or Wednesday, I mean, is really when I was thinking Bitcoin was going to break out before anyway. So maybe, later today or Wednesday, there could be some sort of upside resolution. It probably wouldn't break all the way up, but at least break up to here, which would tell you, okay, this thing is going. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but the probability say it's probably going up. Now, how will that play out here? I can't wait to see, and I will surely record it in another video or two. Thanks for listening to me talk about these charts. Peace.